Hi everyone. Today's mindfulness practice is going to focus on helping us connect into our sort of deep roots, if you like, connect into ourselves. So very much like the tree of life behind me, with the deep roots into the earth and the sort of branches on the top. And what that means is we can all get blown around by the winds of life, gale force winds in the UK at the moment. But if we can stay sort of really in a strong connection with ourselves and feel really sort of rooted into who we are, we can always come back to that. Then we can get blown around on the top and kind of stay connected into ourselves. So we're going to do a bit of that in our short mindfulness practice today. So just making sure before we start that you're not listening to this while driving or doing anything where, someone, you yourself or someone else could come to any harm if you were to fall asleep or drift off and get a bit drowsy. So with that, just closing your eyes and, starting to feel comfortable in your chair or seat, however you're sitting. And as we always start, just connecting into the chair or the ground underneath you, whatever's holding you. Kind of just inquiring into whether you can actually feel that the seat beneath you, beneath your seat bones, beneath your backside. Can you feel that it's holding you? And also, just to deepen that connection, you might want to inquire into whether it's a very hard, solid connection, like a plank of wood, or does it feel very cushiony and soft? Or is it a bit kind of cloud-like, very light, not really there, can't quite feel it at the moment? And there's no right or wrong answer, it's really just a case of bringing our attention out of our minds and into our bodies, and specifically into that connection with something that's holding us, something bigger than ourselves. And for me, I like to think I'm connecting with Mother Earth, that I have that solid support being held by Mother Earth at all times. And just allowing yourself to really sink into that, into the chair, the cushion, the ground, the earth. And just bringing your awareness to your breath. Just noticing I'm breathing in. Noticing I'm breathing out. And we don't have to do any particular special meditative breath. We just trust that our body knows what breath to give us in the moment, whatever's happening in our bodies. And if we're relaxing, or there's tension, or there's tightening as things come up for us, as we tune into ourselves, just allowing the breath to meet whatever responses are happening in our bodies. And then just allowing our attention and awareness to come back to that connection between our seat bones, our backsides, and whatever we're sitting on. It doesn't matter if it's a chair or a cushion or the floor. And again, just inquiring into whether we can actually feel that connection. Can we feel held by it, even if it's a chair or a cushion, or if we feel part of something bigger, a universe, a planet, the earth. And just allowing our breath, just bringing our awareness to the breath coming in and out. And seeing if we can stay in connection with that, with the seat, with the earth. Knowing that whatever it is we're feeling into, we know that that's holding us. It's always got us. And just keep coming back to the breath. And keep coming back to the seat bones and whatever's underneath us. And noticing if there's any responses in the body. Is it relaxing more? Is it tightening more? Just being aware, not having to do anything about it. And just keep coming back to that connection with whatever is holding you. Whatever is supporting you. Whatever it is you're sitting on. And just allowing yourself to sink into that platform, seat, ground, earth. And if it helps, you can imagine some roots bearing down into the soil, into the earth, into the ground. And just staying here for a moment, just breathing. Just as we feel that connection into the ground, just rooting us gently. It doesn't have to be a hard thing or a forced thing. It's just there. And just breathing and staying with the breath. And allowing anything to move in the body if it wants to. If there's any aches and pains that are showing themselves, just allow them and just breathe with them. Any breath or energy or yawns or rumbles and grumbles that are in the body, just allowing them. And just allowing ourselves to be really safe and held by the seat or the platform or the ground underneath us. And just feeling those imaginary roots burrowing down into the earth. Just staying here for a few more breaths. Just allowing ourselves to rest on the earth, on the seat. Just giving ourselves permission to just sit here and breathe. Not have to do anything apart from notice what's happening in our bodies. Inquire into the connection between ourselves and the earth and the ground. And starting to feel that connection with ourselves. Starting to get to know that and know how that feels. Just taking a few more breaths here. It might be a deep breath, it might be a shallow breath, whatever feels right for you. If a yawn comes or a sigh comes and you want to use your voice, that's all fine. And then just starting to maybe wiggle your fingers and toes to start to come back into the day, into the room. Might just want to move our shoulders around, shift around in our seat. And then just taking a couple more breaths here. Starting to think about opening our eyes and coming back fully into the day. And then very gently when you're ready, just starting to open your eyes. Well, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope that helped you feel that connection or start to feel that connection into yourself. And yeah, thanks for joining me. I hope I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Have a good day.